Well, hello. It's been 3 weeks, I guess. I figured I needed to make another video. Um, Honestly, the last 3 weeks haven't been that great. Mentally, I wasn't great. I was, Canadian winters and all that stuff. It dragged on and on and on. We had like one warm day, and even right now, I mean, it's not freezing, but there's still snow on the ground. Little bit of grass come through, little bit of sun, warm enough that I can smoke some bacon, which I don't need to show myself preparing that again because I've done that twice already. I did shoot some clips of smoking cheese, which I may or may not have shown you already. I don't know in advance what I'm doing ever. Uh, book six. Book six. I felt that I had to outline, which is a little bit why I wasn't in the best of moods because I like writing. I'm not really great on the outlining. That took 2 weeks. It took 2 weeks to friggin' outline that thing. And yeah, I've got some screen caps and some other stuff that I might throw over top of this where I. Okay, book six. There's a murder mystery in the past, there's a murder mystery in the present, and there's the six-book finale thing happening where Miles ends up solving his wife's murder. So there's three murder mysteries going on. It's it's a bit complicated, which is why I decided to outline it. And I don't know, this may change in the future, but I hate outlining. I far prefer just like give me a body or bodies and I'll investigate it. And we'll just go from there. I mean, everybody's guilty from the outset because you don't know who actually did it. Everyone always seems to have some little reason or something, which is why I don't have to put in red herrings because there's a lot of shifty people in my futures. The future. They're all capable. They all seem to have motivations and reasons. I don't really have to work backwards through the book based off of the ending. I go forward and then we eliminate people over time who couldn't possibly have done it. And all of that happens organically. Uh, Somewhat, even in book six, because yes, I outlined it. Okay, what I did was brain dump the murder mystery in the past, brain dump murder mystery in the present, notes on how everything has to tie together, split it up according to my 3 act structure that I have laid out, weave them together, and then take all of that and put it into the Scrivener scenes as the screen scene descriptors, and then start writing. And then as soon as I started writing, I was like, you know what? This would actually be far cooler. Let's do this. And then I had to like work back through and adjust the outline. Anyway, so the outline took 2 weeks, and I far prefer writing, as I said. So I got a little moody. Even now that I am writing, I've been writing for the past week or so, week and a bit maybe. I'm only like 8K into this. It's been very slow. Most days have been maybe 1,000 words, 600 to 1,000 words. It's going slower than any of the other books. But there is a lot that I've had to keep in mind while writing, like how it's organized, as I just said with the weaving. We've got like the murder mystery in paradise. Okay, like who found what? What did they find? What are the investigators in the present doing right now? That intro stuff, right? And then I have to switch after I've written roughly enough to fill a chapter, because I guess this will switch back and forth every chapter. Then I have to switch to the past, and it's like, okay, I got to reset my entire brain. I mean, that's not the greatest thing that just fell in there. Hold on. Just a second, am I? What are you? Okay, get in there. Ugh, whatever. Come on. You there. God. Ugh, I can't even breathe. I'm dying. And then I have to reset my brain for the murder mystery in the past. I'm like, I don't remember what's going on. So I have to like flip back and reread a little bit, and then go through my notes and be like, okay, fine, I'll refresh myself. Whole other cast of characters, because Miles obviously isn't with these present investigators. In the past, he's with completely different investigators. What are their personalities? What do they think of him? What's he like? What's it like to interact with his boss? In en temps réel, in person, in real time is what that meant. But anyway, in person as opposed to like through a screen, through a video call. Um, what is it about Miles and Marcy? How did Marcy's the medical examiner? Fine, a lot of M words. I probably should fix that, but yeah, I like their names the way they are. Um, Addie, Adeliana, Adeliana is Miles's wife's name. In the past, she was obviously murdered. What was their relationship like? So I'm having to like invent this stuff on the fly, which is great for me because I really like discovery writing. I do have documents upon documents with like character traits and like histories and like where Miles was basically through his entire life, and some of these other people as well. I do have that to refer back to, but I really like inventing things. Subject to change without notice. As I grow, as things evolve, I might prefer heavily plotted or outlined stories. The other thing is I just caught a look at myself that was keeping me from making a video, is because I was a little bit down. I didn't really feel like shaving. I wanted my look to match my mood. But then I wanted to make a new video, and I was like, but I'd have to shave, and I didn't have the energy, the mental bandwidth to try to look good. Not that anyone cares what Ian looks like, but you catch a glimpse of yourself in the mirror and you're like, could you look less homeless? I could. I could. And I do from time to time. And Wednesday, actually, well, Tuesday night, I have to shave completely because I got to do the fit test for the respirator at work, which we have to do every year. So that's one good reason to shave. You got to do the fit test. En tout cas, I'm smoking bacon. As I said, I've showed this to you like 2 times before. You don't really need to see it again. My temperature probe's at 154, which suggests that it's done, but I did some independent probes, and It's about 10 degrees less than that in the center of the pieces, so we'll let it go a little bit longer. Again, about 8K into book 6. I don't imagine that this thing will be done by the end of the month. I had wanted that to happen, but it may not. So we'll just keep plugging away at it, and if it blends into May, so be it. May is my anniversary, for those of you who don't know, of writing. I started writing May of last year for book 1, and I wrote book 1 in 2 weeks. After I actually did outline it, which was fun at the time, but not anymore apparently. It was fun at the time. I took a week to outline book 1, and then I wrote it in 2 weeks. And it hasn't changed since, really. I mean, it's been to an editor, and there's been like little bits. Went to my brother, and I augmented some things there to make the murderer a little more obvious. It's no fun if you can't guess at all before the end. I mean, the reader needs to be able to have a chance to guess who it is. So I added a few more clues in there after feedback from him. And yeah, speaking of which, book 1 has actually gone out to a few more people just recently. I won't name them. It's not relevant to the conversation, except that what I started noticing with all of the feedback from book 1 is that there's a definite demographic divide in the feedback. And it's not gender. It's not, I don't know, economic status, household income or whatever, because like I didn't ask people that when they reviewed the book or critiqued it or whatever. But there definitely seems to be a divide based on age. Doesn't matter if you're male or female, sexual orientation or any of that, but age seems to matter with my books, which is interesting. It's fascinating. Obviously, I'd like to appeal to everyone, but if I can't, I can't. And just so be it. So, anyway, so I reached out to a few other people, had to throw a little money around, and we'll see what they have to say about it. Again, different ages for this new set of feedback, because I want to see what they have to say. You know, to get real trend lines, you need like 1,000 data points, but I'm not sending it out to 1,000 people. I think there's been 20 people that book 1 has been sent to. Some paid, some not. So we'll see, and I'll make a video about that, maybe. Unless I feel like that would alienate some people. Might just keep that all to myself. I don't know. Anyway, book 6 underway, 6 of 30. Murder mystery, police procedural, detective series in space. Next video will probably be an update. Well, obviously it has to be. I won't complete this thing in like a week. It'll just be some update, or maybe I'll do something else. I don't know. Maybe we'll have some B-roll. Maybe I'll sing a song for B-roll. That'd be fun. I've been working on the lyrics to my B-roll song. Sorry, that was a little shiver. I had to pee. That's what everyone wants to hear. Have yourselves a wonderful whatever's left of the weekend. It's Sunday, the whatever the hell. I don't even know. It's the day that you're watching this. That's what Sunday it is. April something. Have a great week, everyone, and we will see you next time. Bye. Are we on? I think my microphone's on. Good. I mean, not having quite so much smoke would be nice. Could we? Whatever. You're clapping. Those are my 3 claps. Now I have to fix my fire. I mean, come on. Why are you so stupid? I'm about to, like, talky talk, and you're all. I don't want to burn properly. Don't make me burn properly. Give me just a little something to throw on top. Get a little more heat out of you. It's not my real accent, in case I'm showing you this clip. There, burn. Christ. Everything's so difficult. Okay. Where's microphone? Microphone is there. That's recording. I'm friggin' cold. I don't want you. Don't touch the other things. What are we doing? Well, hello.